In life, relationships are a game of power, not dominance but balance. Most men lose that balance because they don't understand the subtle truths about human nature. The Stoics taught that the greatest advantage in life is perception, seeing reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. Women, like all humans, have vulnerabilities. These are not flaws, but points of influence, emotional currents that shape their decisions, desires, and attachments. Understand them, and you stop being reactive. You start being unshakable. Today, we reveal 7 female weaknesses that, when mastered, give you the upper hand, not to manipulate, but to lead with strength and wisdom. Number 1. The desire for emotional validation. One of the deepest emotional needs in most women is the desire for emotional validation. Society, since childhood, has reinforced the belief that their worth is tied to how others see and respond to their feelings. This is why, when a man understands this dynamic without overfeeding it, he gains silent influence. The average man either ignores her emotions or tries to fix them immediately. A Stoic man does neither. He listens, he acknowledges, but he does not allow her emotions to control his own state. This balance communicates a rare message. I care, but I am not controlled. The psychology here is simple. Emotional validation triggers dopamine. When you selectively validate her feelings, she associates you with comfort and security. But when you make it rare, it becomes valuable. Over-validation, on the other hand, makes you predictable and less respected. For example, if she shares her frustration, instead of rushing with, "Oh, that's terrible," you can say, "I understand why you feel that way." This acknowledges her perspective without amplifying negativity. Your calm becomes her emotional anchor. The Stoic principle: you are not a sponge for every mood she has. You are the rock that remains when the waves crash. She will respect you for it. Over time, this selective validation not only deepens her trust, but also strengthens your influence, because she knows your approval is earned, not automatic. Number 2. Sensitivity to social perception. Many women are highly aware, sometimes hyper-aware, of how others see them. This isn't vanity alone, it's a deeply wired survival mechanism. In ancient times, social approval meant safety, alliances, and resources. Today, it translates into caring about how they are viewed in public, among friends, and especially online. This sensitivity shows up in subtle ways. The way she dresses for events, how she speaks about your relationship, or how she reacts to public embarrassment. A man who understands this can position himself as a source of social stability. The key isn't pandering to her image. It's embodying quiet confidence in all social situations. Your presence should make her feel she has chosen well. The way you speak to others, handle disagreements, or show respect to strangers, these all signal strength. Psychology tells us social validation activates the brain's reward pathways. If she sees you as respected and admired, she will subconsciously feel more secure in her choice of you. But here's the Stoic twist. You must not need this approval yourself. Your actions are guided by principles, not by public applause. If gossip arises, you don't scramble to fix it. If others judge you unfairly, you remain unmoved. That steadiness is magnetic. She may be sensitive to perception, but you are immune to it. And that immunity is what makes her trust your leadership. Number 3. Emotional impulsiveness under stress. When stress hits, many women tend to react emotionally before thinking logically. This is not a weakness in character. It's an evolutionary adaptation for rapid emotional signaling. But in modern relationships, this can lead to misunderstandings or heated conflicts. Your role? Be the anchor in the storm. When she's in an emotional whirlwind, your value is in maintaining composure. You breathe slower, speak softer, and focus on facts without dismissing her feelings. For example, if she's upset about a situation at work, Instead of reacting with equal emotion, you ask, "What happened exactly?" This separates facts from feelings without judgment. The moment you stay calm in her chaos, you become the grounding force she subconsciously seeks. Emotion spreads like wildfire. If you stay calm, you dampen the flames. If you lose control, you fuel them. The Stoics called this apatheia, freedom from the tyranny of passions. Over time, she will respect your emotional discipline because it makes her feel safe. Even if she doesn't admit it, she'll trust your judgment more, knowing that you think clearly when emotions run high. In the world of relationships, emotional stability is not just attractive, it's power. Number 4, the craving for security. Whether emotional, physical, or financial, security is a universal human need. But for many women, it's a particularly powerful driver due to both biological and social factors. Security represents stability, an anchor against the uncertainty of life. A man who understands this doesn't just provide material stability, he provides emotional certainty. That means keeping your word, showing consistency, and demonstrating that your emotions and actions are predictable in the best way. Security also means leadership, not control, but direction. A woman will feel more at ease when she knows you can handle adversity, protect what matters, and make wise decisions. The Stoic man does not promise a storm-free life. He promises to be unshaken in the storm. Psychologically, security lowers anxiety and strengthens attachment bonds. The more secure she feels in your presence, the more she will naturally invest in you. But if she senses instability, financial recklessness, emotional volatility, or indecision, her trust erodes. True power lies in being the man she knows will not crumble when life gets hard. In a world of uncertainty, be her constant. That constancy will make you irreplaceable in her eyes. Number 5, the influence of romantic idealism. From childhood, many women are subtly fed romantic ideals through media, stories, and cultural narratives. These ideals shape expectations, sometimes unrealistically, about how love should feel. The weakness here is that when reality doesn't match fantasy, emotions can lead to restlessness or dissatisfaction. A man who understands this doesn't try to fulfill every fantasy. He blends reality with moments of depth and mystery. You don't become a cliché Prince Charming. You become a man who occasionally surprises her, challenges her, and makes her feel alive. The Stoics remind us not to pander to illusions, but to ground ourselves in truth. You acknowledge the beauty of romance, but don't let it consume reason. Psychology tells us that intermittent reinforcement, occasional surprises, thoughtful gestures, creates stronger emotional bonds than constant attention. Give her moments that feel cinematic but maintain the grounded reality that sustains long-term respect. Number 6, emotional contagion. Women, like men, are susceptible to emotional contagion, the unconscious absorption of another person's emotional state. However, many women are more attuned to relational emotions, meaning your mood directly influences hers. If you're anxious, she'll feel it. If you're calm, she'll relax. This is where your self-mastery becomes her emotional compass. By consistently projecting calm strength, you train her nervous system to associate you with safety. The Stoic approach is to master your own state first, because you cannot lead others if you are at the mercy of your own emotions. The man who owns his inner world owns the room. Number 7, the need for admiration in a partner. Women are often drawn to men they can admire, not just physically, but in discipline, purpose, and moral strength. The weakness here is that when admiration fades, so does attraction. Your task is to live in such a way that she continually sees traits worth respecting: self-control, ambition, integrity. The moment you stop growing, she subconsciously questions your value. The Stoics would say, don't seek her admiration. Seek to be admirable. When you focus on living by principle, respect becomes the natural byproduct. Conclusion: power in relationships is not about control, it's about understanding. These 7 weaknesses are not tools for manipulation, but for wisdom. The Stoics taught that clarity brings freedom, and freedom brings strength. When you master your own emotions, remain indifferent to gossip, provide stability, and live a life worthy of admiration, you stop chasing power. You become it. So lead yourself first, and you'll never fear losing the upper hand. If this message resonated, share it, subscribe, and remember, control yourself, and you control the game.